I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. More snow's coming. Another few inches expected to fall tomorrow on top of the mountains we've already received, and that only adds to the misery of area cities like Newburgh, Poughkeepsie, and Middletown that must get snowplows and snow removal trucks down narrow streets. In Poughkeepsie, troubles with removing snow from narrow streets has meant the continuation of a state of emergency. In Middletown, the snowy weather's created some friction in residential neighborhoods.
We're having some problems in some neighborhoods with people throwing snow back into the roads and creating multiple times. The plow has to come back, and there's a frustration level growing with residents because the plow then has to plow everybody back in, and people don't seem to understand that. We've advised the police department if they see someone throwing snow back into the street to please issue a ticket. It's in violation of our city code, and we're hoping people will be more cooperative.
And Mayor DeStefano says with more snow expected, the city will continue to play hardball with those who ignore Middletown's on-street parking regulations.
We tow quite a few cars, so our code requires after 2.5 inches of snow that you must remove it from the street, remove the cars from the street. We post it on Channel 20, on our website. We do all types of public notice, but still a few cars per storm we have to tow, and we will tow. And it's a matter of public safety, and if we're not able to remove the snow, and God forbid there was a fire down the street and we couldn't get a fire truck there, then shame on us. So we're doing the right thing. I know it's frustrating to some people, but for the most part, I think the Middletown residents are happy with the way we've handled the snow control situation.
The rough winter has forced the city of Middletown to appropriate another $200,000 for snow and ice removal for this year. How much is headed our way tomorrow? How much more snow? We'll have details in the local forecast. It's been the scene of several shots fired incidents and assaults. Now, the state liquor authorities decided to issue an emergency suspension of the liquor license for the River Rose Dry Dock Bar on Broadway in Newburgh. Since last September, Newburgh police have been called to the River Rose for crowd control, fights, assaults, and gunshot incidents. SLA officials say they hope their action serves as a message that the agency will not tolerate violent bars that drain police resources. Investigators are attempting to determine the cause of death of a state parks department employee who died yesterday after being pulled out of a state plow truck just before the vehicle burst into flames at Harriman State Park. Woodbury fire officials say 49-year-old Rich Capper of Haverstraw was discovered unconscious in the vehicle by fellow employees and passers-by. Capper, a member of the Haverstraw Volunteer Fire Ambulance Corps, had been plowing snow in a parking lot near Silver Mine Lake off Seven Lakes Drive. Capper died after being rushed to Good Samaritan Hospital Medical Center in Suffern. Sullivan County Sheriff Michael Schiff says bank surveillance video led to the arrest of a Newburgh woman who they say is part of a check forgery ring that's been operating in the county. 21-year-old Sharon Smith is accused of cashing 4 phony checks totaling more than $5,100 at Jeff Bank branches in Monticello, Loch Sheldrake, White Lake, and Bloomingburg. The account number used on the checks belongs to the dormitory corporation at SUNY Sullivan. Schiff says Smith has no connection to the college. Sharon Smith was charged with grand larceny and criminal possession of a forged instrument. The investigation's now focused on Brooklyn, where sheriff's deputies and the NYPD expect to make more arrests. If the results of a Quinnipiac University poll are to be believed, the majority of us New Yorkers favor not only the legalization of marijuana for medical use, but the legalization of pot for recreational use as well. The poll released today found that 88% of those surveyed support medical marijuana, and 57% favor legalization for recreational use. Close to 1,500 New York voters were surveyed by phone. Governor Andrew Cuomo has said he will launch a limited hospital-based medical marijuana program. He does oppose a full legalization bill. Slamming his pickup truck into a snowbank turned out to be the least of William Pepper's problems. Ulster County Sheriff's deputies arrived on the scene of the accident Saturday on River Road in Esopus. The 23-year-old Esopus man was unhurt, but officers say he'd been driving while intoxicated and without a license. A further check determined that Peppers had a prior DWI conviction and was supposed to have an ignition interlock device installed on his vehicle. His pickup had no such device. When he appears in court March 11th, Peppers will face an assortment of charges, including the felonies of DWI and unlicensed operation. What's this winter been like for you?
Miserable. Too cold, too much snow, too much shoveling and plowing. Ready for the spring.
Bill's feelings were pretty much the same as the rest of those who dug out from under all the snow and headed to Orange County's Thomas Bull Park Sunday to have some fun with all our snow. Moms, dads, and kids bundled up and tested out the park's tubing and sledding hills, where they got some fresh air and enjoyable exercise while fighting off cabin fever, like the Mummery family from New Windsor.
We needed to get out of the house. We're going a little stir crazy. It was a beautiful morning. We thought it would be fun to come on down and do some tubing.
Too many days home with the kids and trying to think of different fun activities for them. Gets a little tough after a while, but with the weather today, no snow coming, it's nice just to be out and enjoy it.
Well, we also found some tubers who've been taking this relentless winter weather in stride.
I went to college in the snow belt. I mean, I love this weather. I think this is the way it should be in the winter. I know that sounds crazy, so I try not to get cooped up. I take my daughter out sledding. I took her tubing last weekend. We try to get out of the house as much as possible.
And who knows, there could have been a couple of future Winter Olympians on the County Park slope Sunday. And as far as all the snow's concerned, well, if you can't beat it, you might as well enjoy it. And the pride and joy of Saugerties takes center stage in the entertainment world tonight. Saugerties native Jimmy Fallon takes over for Jay Leno as host of The Tonight Show after the Olympic broadcast tonight. Fallon, who jumps to The Tonight Show from his gig as host of Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, lived in Saugerties from kindergarten through high school. And classmates say he made it clear from the beginning that he wanted to be an entertainer. And you know there will be plenty of Saugerties folks who will be staying up late tonight to watch their native son make his Tonight Show debut. We hope you enjoyed today's sunshine because you will wake up to the sight of even more falling snow. The snow arrives during the early morning hours Tuesday, and before it ends later in the day, our area could get anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of new accumulation. The highs Tuesday will reach the middle 30s. Wednesday will be cloudy but milder, with temperatures reaching the low 40s. Well, stay up to date with all that's happening by starting your day with the Times-Herald Record, and stay connected to breaking news all day long right here at Record Online. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.